This
visible
conference will
and my
now
voice
be
is audible.
recorded.
Is that yes?
Yes, for me it is
Okay, with you,
visible.
right? Okay. So I'm Raghu Kumar. I have been with SAP for more than 17 years now, etc. From IIM Bengaluru. I'm both techno-functional certified. I have worked for SAP for implementations of different projects for industries like mill, automobiles, chemicals, life sciences, mining, rope making. These are a few industries I have worked. Okay, so yeah, I'll just brief you about how the whole sessions are, tailored for you people and how the whole curriculum is planned. And yes, if you can bring up your questions further, any if you have. Okay, so I believe the font is not straining your eyes. Is that yes, or do you want to expand a little more? Is it okay? No.
It is okay.
Okay.
So yes, so the whole sessions are classified into three important aspects: gap analysis, sessions, training context, user stories. Okay, the gap analysis sessions followed by training contents followed by user stories. I'll brief you about what each of this segment is going to do for us. So starting with gap analysis sessions. So we will really not dive into the topic directly, but we will try to understand first what are the prerequisites which are needed for us to understand, maybe say, for example, the architecture for advanced planning, how it is, what are the different benefits, the monetary benefits a client would, he would see when he is going to use an advanced planning in his landscape. So what are the different other, prerequisite awareness about, what are the different players who are involved and all those stuff. We will be speaking under this gap analysis sessions. So all the homework what which is essentially needed for us in order to understand the actual topics is done under this gap analysis sessions. Okay, so then followed by training content. I believe my coordination team has circulated you with a Word document. If not, you will receive it by end of the day after of this session, where you will be seeing that all the topics which will be the part of our discussion. So Sumit and Ramila, did you receive any Word document? You can say yes, no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Got it. Yes. So okay, you will receive, both of them will receive that Word document, which will brief more about the topics which will be discussed. So as I mentioned earlier itself, we will not go directly to a training content topic, but rather we will take the gap analysis sessions, the prerequisites awareness about that, and then try to know about the topic, right? Then comes the another important essential aspect is about the user stories. Now, what is this user story, Raghu? So basically, there are different players who are involved, right, in the context of planning. So those different players, what is the role of them, and what are the different challenges they undergo, and the methodologies what we learn in the process of this, how are we going to apply it, comes as a user story. Okay, it's all about how a problem statement is being resolved with the different methodologies what we are going to learn. How are we getting it applied? Is what a user story is. Is that clear? User story, is that clear? It's a role play actually, so it's more about understanding of the real-time challenge. So you say that real-time cases, real-time scenarios, right? This is what something you can map it more, because it also has empathized with the planner. It's just not only about a system issue, no, it's more about how a planner is trying to get it involved. There's a people also involved in the process of planning, right? People, you agree? It's just not only about a system, but rather how it is being used and how it is being perceived by the planner, right? That's how the user story has been evolved in our discussions. Are you there with me so far? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So any questions the way how the framework we have planned for you?
No.
Okay. So now let's start with a basic question. We'll try to keep it a little louder and more stronger. So why a client should use PPDS? Why PPDS? Why do you think? Let me hear from you, both of you, and then let me add a few additional things, additional insights. Starting with
For for better planning or accurate, you can say accurate planning.
Mhm. Okay. How would an accuracy is something is being achieved? Any idea? Anything you want to speak about?
Uh,
Okay. If not, no problem. Okay. Then any other points? Okay. Urmila, any idea?
Mm, no, Raghu, not that much, but I guess just for we can say for critical product planning or something like that, because I'm just aware about DP and nothing about SNP and PPDS. Yeah.
No problem. But
Are
you
we
have hit
covering
the bullseye.
DP and
You
SNP
said a
also
very
in this?
good. Sorry.
Are we covering DP and SNP also in this?
This is for PPDS. So DP and SMP, they are again different. Training content will be different. The whole course is plan will be different. This is for PPDS for your plan, right? So the intervention or there are some topics where there is an introduction of the modules point of view of conclusion and all that you will expect. But DP and SMP are different modules. This whole has a whole training content completely different. Okay, so if you
Mm-hmm.
want that additionally that also you can let Naveen know that he will help you
Okay.
further. Okay, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The PPDS is a different model by itself. You are trying to understand the length and breadth of PPDS. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, what you thought about the critical material planning? Yes, that is like of course. So when you say critical, obviously maybe it is more costly and all. There are also some different other classifications what we are going to introduce now. So I don't want to speak about them also. So the other important thing is like for interactive planning. See, the interactive planning is something what is more user friendly, I would say. So why do we appreciate Microsoft OS than any other OS? There are still some other OS also, right? Like we have Linux, we have Red Hat. Why only Microsoft? Because as a user point of view, you say, Raghu, it's very easy for me what I'm doing and what should I do or what are the options I have. I can easily understand that I don't have to know the programming of it, the coding of it. I can still be able to manage the whole things without the whole technicality of it. Do you say yes? Right. So that means it is more interactive for you. It is more easier for you to convey or try to see what is needed for you. You can easily see. It's easy for you to create a folder. It's easy for you to create a file. So the same things when you have to do it with some other OS systems, you say that it is difficult because there are some commands and all. The way how are you try to see the data and all, they're not that user friendly. So this interactive planning is something which is more customer the planner oriented type of features it has. So how interactive planning is going to be done, what are the different configurations of it and all, that we will understand in our upcoming sessions. Okay. What is the next another thing what we need to know is the PPDS does to a detail or minute level of planning till seconds. Such a huge complex process of making and an accuracy to the point of seconds is sufficient enough, right? Milliseconds, microseconds, not needed. Okay, seconds point of view awareness is adequate enough. Do you all agree? Process of production. You could just imagine like how solution could be or how a PPDS solution can give you, but for better understanding. So you can give against a demand, you can give either a generalized solution or maybe a precise solution. Now tell me which of the statements which I'm going to now utter, tell me which of them you feel it is more promising. So I placed a mobile phone order in Amazon. So I get a message saying, "Hi Raghu, your order has been placed. We will get your mobile delivered to your home within uh, 10 to 15 days working days." This is one answer I get. See the other case now. Same placing I have placed a mobile phone. Now get a very perfect answer. Hi Raghu, your mobile phone order has been placed successfully. You will receive it on 20th of June or at uh, 2 p.m. IST. Now tell me which one do you sounds more comfortable, confident for you? Statement number one or statement number two?
Statement number 2.
Second.
Right. So here, yes, the reason being because you have a very clear view of what it is going to deliver it at what time, and according to this, you as a planner also or as a end customer also, you'll say that okay, at this time I will be at home because for the rest of the time I can do my things, right? So when you have a very clear view, it is what we say it as reliable MADs. Reliable. What is MAD? Someone give a guess work. Guess will appreciate that. MAD.
Reliable MAD, material availability. Date, okay.
Right? The material availability date. So getting a reliable MAD. So it's getting a reliable MAD is not an easy job. Why? Because it involves the involvement of different planning aspects, which I'm going to introduce you as you progress further. So reliable MAD is something what you're able to achieve because you're doing the planning at what level? Seconds level. So obviously the deviation is very less. If it is at a day level, there is a deviation, right? It can be 12 o'clock, it can be 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, still at a day. Within a day bucket is there. But when you come to seconds, that is been minimized. That's the another advantage. So this is another advantage that makes them to drive. Okay, let us use advanced planning in our SAP system. Okay, then just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, yeah, I'm back. You hear me, right? So reliable MAD is another thing. Now, how comfortable are you with these terms, people? Material planning and capacity planning. Just as an awareness also, or you say that there's something very new terms for me, Raghu. How do you define? What do you say about material planning?
Material planning in SAP PP we have like MRP we have which plans all the material.
Mhm.
Like then capacity planning is something like making the means scheduling something and
Mhm.
planning for the capacity of the resources so that
Very
optimum use of the resources we can have.
nice. Urmila?
Yeah, in material planning, we mostly define every minute detail regarding that material, like its
Mhm.
base unit and everything, like its weight and many aspects. And in capacity planning, yeah, the same that Sumit said.
Okay. Somehow your voice was breaking in between, but yeah, I get your thought process very clearly. Thanks for that, both of you. Now, material and capacity planning are two different steps in production planning. You should also know this as a difference, Urmila, that material planning is something what you can still do in S4HANA or ECC system. Also, you can do capacity planning also within the ECC system or S4HANA. But the thing is, why do you want to use PPDS if they both can be done is they are done individually, not together. That will bring you a scope of deviations which are also reduced here in advanced planning. So what you can say if someone asks you like why are they still using APO? Yes, in the system, then you can say CBOS material planning and capacity planning, both of them are done parallelly, simultaneously. Perform simultaneously. Okay, are you able to understand this point
Yeah. Yeah.
simultaneously? So they do it as a
Yes.
two different steps. So when they do it as two different steps, there is a scope of getting a deviation. So I will introduce you with a few more new things as we progress further. Then you will realize that okay, why is this together performance is essential for you? What are different deviations it is able to eliminate in the process of planning that you will next. Now PPDS comes with different interactive planning tools. So here already I have made it as interactive planning. So there are different planning tools which are more user friendly, which has more different options for the planner to look into and different uh, analysis. It is nothing but what we say it as what if analysis. Okay? What if analysis. Now, when will you say that a system has a good planning capability is when you do a what if analysis. Am I right? So you want to go to a movie, just imagine. So it's just not like you have picked some movie name and you went out with your family members. No. What you will do, you say, okay, what is the best place? Where is the best theater for me with my whole family members? What is the nearest place I can go for? How many? What would be the the rating of the theater and all those things you will do. In that case, you say, I will say that okay, you have done good analysis. If not, if you just go and just you have put something, you will not see it as analysis because you want to know the aspects or the results of it orientation, how it is going to be. Maybe a very good experience, maybe a very good family together, they can go and watch in a peaceful place and all those things you are trying to validate, right? You're trying to take every input and accordingly you're trying to take okay, which is the best solution I can do for. Now in this future, you're not going to execute every option. Will you people execute every option? No, right? You'll first try to be trying to understand what is the optimal thing and then you will try to go for its execution. Similarly here also. So advanced planning is a planning system. So I should have a what if analysis capabilities. It has what if analysis capabilities that make it a special tool. Okay. So a normal execution system doesn't have what if analysis capabilities, but advanced planning has. Hello? We are all there?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
Oh,
additional to this, do you have a question? Hello?
means you mean to say means we have different type means ways of planning in this, and we means the optimum one the system will select which one is the optimum one.
System no, planner will be
Set.
planner
Okay,
will be
planner will
able to
select.
what if analysis is something what a planner is doing, but he has a facility to do that. In normal production planning, you do not have what if analysis, right? But in advanced planning,
Okay,
you have what if analysis cases. Yeah, when we progress further, you will be able to see how you can create a scenarios, how you can create
okay,
shells. All those things I will be explaining to you. That will give you more realization of this point. What I have kept it as a very simple point called what if analysis. It holds a lot of weightage actually in the context of planning that
okay,
we will understand. Then
okay, okay.
So as we already have maintained a point for minute level of planning till seconds, it is able to do. Okay. Now this specific uh, planning results which are there, they can be modified very easily. That means you are given a freedom choice to get them modified very easily and also re-establish the new planning results within no time. That means it is more faster. So what makes it to be faster is because of intervention of live caching enabled system. So Urmila, you should have now some better you know, understanding about what is the how it is different,
Uh,
right?
yeah,
Yes.
regarding life.
But we are gonna, though we are not going to the technicality of it, but we will still speak about how it makes a difference in the context of planning. In our upcoming sessions, I'm gonna also explain you something called row and column orientation, data processing in live cache point of view, how it happens and all the traditional topics also I'm going to take. So as I very briefly explained that we will never go to training content topic directly, but we'll take the gap analysis sessions first. So in this process of gap analysis sessions, which is more interactive by its nature, you would be provided some assignments. Okay. So I assume both of them are okay to take the assignments. Is that yes?
Sorry, sir, your voice was
Your
breaking.
voice is
I don't.
breaking.
Do you hear me better now? Hello?
Yes, not.
I was telling that you both of them are comfortable to take assignments, right? Assignments or small exercises
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
because it helps you to make your topic more strong and also to do some hands-on. Okay, that's the intention being to give you a few assignments. Okay, awesome. So these are a few, not a whole exhaustive list. Why PPDS? So these are a few of them that make the client to think that okay, should I use a PPDS or not into this whole framework or the landscape point of view? Should I use PPDS or not? He can decide. Okay. Now we both are trying to understand SAP APO PPDS. Is that yes? SAP APO PPDS, SAP ECC and APO, two different boxes that would be there. We are using SAP APO PPDS. Right? This is what your expectation is. Both of you, Urmila and me.
Uh, yes, Raghu, but here big confusion with me is that we say that the flow is from ECC to APO. For planning, the data comes in APO, right? But then
Hmm.
how decided whether to use PPDS or DP? Like my thought process was that the data comes in like DP, the planning is done, the forecasting is done, and then uh, I'm not aware that how the procurement details or the production plan, like how does it go? Like the proper flow is not clear.
No problem.
Like
Yes,
only PPDS is
that comes
used
under
or
gap.
DP is essential. Okay,
Good,
okay,
good,
okay.
good. It comes into gaps. Yeah, very good. So this is what we expect in our sessions. Also, you need to come with more and more questions. That's the way how you can elaborate more about your thought process, or how you can adapt to your client engagements also. So basically, to get your answer right, get your question answered. So APO, right? There are different modules of. You have demand planning, supply network planning. You have PPDS. You have GATP. These are four major modules of APO. This is not only the exhaustive list, please. We have SPP.
Right.
Any idea SPP? What does it mean?
Mm,
Spare parts planning. SNC,
okay, okay.
supply network collaboration. EWM, extended warehouse management. EM, event management. There are some other additional planning tools which are there, but which are not used oftenly by all the clients because of some specific features what they hold. Only specific clients who are in need of it, they will be used. Okay, So, but when we come to these 4 modules, what I have just initiated now, like DP, SNP, PPDS, and GATP, are very oftenly or very high in number that people have implemented already within these modules of APO because of multiple features they hold and multiple uh, challenges or the expectations what clients have been addressed by them. So that makes them to be more oftenly usable. Now I'm going to introduce you to a few words and just let me see how comfortable are you with these words. Like strategy, planning, tactical planning, operational planning. Do you heard about these terms? If yes, what's your thought process on it? Someone would like to speak about it here. Hmm. Feel free.
Just I
You
guess
heard about
strategic
it? Yeah.
planning. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Continue, please. Continue.
Yeah, just I guess I've heard regarding strategic planning and nothing about operational and tactical planning. Means I'm not aware where these terms are
Okay.
used. But
Mm-hmm.
strategic planning is something like make to order, make to stock, or something like that. Strategies that we
So,
used in PP.
mm. Okay, I
Something
get
that
you
we
how you
used.
related that. Okay. So that's
Yeah.
not actually. So what you said was
Okay.
about strategy group. Okay. Good try, very good. Yes, keep it up. So Sumit, you have anything that you want to share about, or else I'll continue.
No, not really. Operational planning is something like, is it something like a sales or operational planning we have in PP? Um,
Okay. So we will not relate this to our SAP system first because it's something which
Okay.
is used by the client who is irrespective of what other ERP solution he's going to use. So let us go for a small case study. Then we will understand which falls into strategic, which falls into tactical, and which falls into operational planning, and what is the horizons of them. Okay. So for this, right? So I'm going to take an example. For example, say a company like say Apple. We know Apple because of its manufacturing of different mobile phones, laptops, iPods, iPads, and so on. Right now, let us say Apple wants to introduce a new product segment in the market. Say, for example, refrigerators. Apple is not into this process, right? There is no Apple refrigerator. Let us say. Of course, it's not there. But they want to introduce this. Now, tell me, from where will the plan start? If you are the CEO of Apple and you want to now you see that okay for refrigerators there is a lot of demand coming up because of say global warming or whatever it is. So you will say that okay Raghu, I want to introduce this new segment. I want to go ahead to work with this new segment in the market. So in that case, from where will you start your plan?
Demand, studying the demand.
Very good. Studying of demand. Now, when you say about studying of demand, it is something which has an orientation of a bit longer durations. Like for example, because my plan is to not about a 1 day deal, right? It is like I have to set up a whole production plant for making the refrigerators and all. So let us say I will try to understand. For example, I will firstly try to find out what is a potential market where I can launch my refrigerator. Can I use it in Canada? Can I launch it in Canada? Canada,
No.
North America. No, right? Because it's too cold there. Obviously, that means not. It's not a potential market for me, right, dear? So let us say for example, India, they have decided. They decided that okay, India is a very potential place. Why? The reasons are there, like geographical reasons. It has neighboring countries. There, it has more than 5 neighboring countries. Number one, and number two, there is a lot of population who can afford for a refrigerator, and number three, it is in a equatorial place. Like this, all these cases, all these conditions point of view, you have examined. So you not only just examine the location of it, but its temperature you are examining. You are seeing the number of people who are surviving there. All those things you are trying to consider, right? And it's a whole read of a long term. It's not about a one day details, but it's somewhere around the records of say 5 to 6 years or 7 years. That's the reason why a strategic planning is also, we refer it as a long term planning. Okay, so under this, what type of vision are you having? You're trying to understand, okay, which type of country should I choose? You're taking it a very high level, right? Which country should I select, and what should be specific country point of view? What should be my production plant capacity? All those things. That's a strategic. Now let's think about tactical planning. Now let us say that Apple has decided that okay, refrigerator plant we will establish in India. Fair enough. Now what? What next? Just plant is not sufficient. Now I need DCs. I need distribution centers from where it is going to be circulated to the customers. When we take the Indian geography, it's very easy for us. So say East India, West India, South and North. So for all of these different sections of India, how is the overall stock I should maintain? How much of procurement should I do? How much of stock should I maintain? And how much of production should I do? All of those things is something I have to calculate. Do you agree? Hello? So now it is a midterm planning, middle term, mid in between, right? Like you have already made a vision. Like I will place a plant in India and I will circulate these refrigerators to China, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan. For all these countries, I will sell this material. Now, in order to make this long-term plan, what you have decided, your tactical planning is going to help you. Do you agree? Is that yes? Hello? Both of
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
So, which type of planning I can refer it as? Tactical planning is, if this is long-term, this is mid-term.
Midterm.
Mid-term plan. Here. Now, okay, you have decided that in in South India there are like 3 to 4 cities: Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and all. So most of the places where more are IT employees, okay, there we can sell more refrigerators than compared to some other cities. So they will say that the south side facing DCs should have higher inventory. Okay, that is what tactical planning they have decided. So for that, production should happen, right? Accordingly. So production is a day-to-day job, or day-wise. What are the challenges you have? That you will read under this operational planning. How much of capacity is needed? What is the labor force for today? How many people should come in which shift? What is the raw materials necessity? We are speaking about day-wise challenges, day-wise requirements. Every planning has its own scope of planning. The granularity of planning is changing, and also it has its own different requirements of data. Now, for operational planning, my more necessities are, and of course, people we should know that our PPDS falls into operational planning, okay, which is a short-term plan. See the durations how it is tangling now from long term, which is like for the next 1 to 2 years or 2 to 3 years. How much as an Apple refrigerator manufacturer? How much should I produce? Maybe say 12 lakh refrigerators I should produce for India. Okay, so if I have to produce 12 lakh refrigerators per year, so I should produce 1 lakh refrigerators per month. What are the necessities I have to have? What are the different vendors from where I have to get the material? Who is the nearest vendor? Who can give me the lesser cost? What is the overall time for me to get the material from vendor one to my plant? All those things pass into what? Midterm plan, operational planning. So if you have to produce 1 lakh refrigerators per month, 1 lakh divided by 30, what is the value it is? Yeah, other than like somewhere around 10,000 from, oh no, sorry, 1 lakh, right? Okay, some number, some blah 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 number. Are the number of refrigerators what you have to produce every day? Only then you can reach your midterm planning. Only then you can reach your long-term planning. Can I say that all of these are connected now? All these three plannings, though they work in different horizons, but they are connected. Do you agree?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
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 Yes. So, coming back to your question, uh, Urmila, so strategic plan, demand planning can take care.
Yeah,
Tactical
right.
plan, SNP can take care. Operational
Okay.
plan, PPDS can take care.
PPDS.
So all of these modules have significance or specialities in order to plan this at these different horizons. So they
Mm-hmm.
hold the different specialties. So planning is just not bounded to demand planning, but yes, additionally, these other modules are also there which work in this different planning horizons. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we'll try to know more
Correct.
about them as we progress with the sessions. Right, we'll be able to understand more about this. Yeah, keep up these questions like this. That's a very good. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so saying that, so this is the way how our sessions would also be going through. So I will be making you people as presenters. You will be navigating to the screens. That also makes you more comfortable with the screen navigations. Also making yourself to be comfortable to make your assignments more easier. So I will be just a uh, audience who speaks and guides, and you will be the driving the screens, navigations, and of course making it more interactive. You will be doing that. That is the way how it happens. So do you have any questions for me? How are you going to progress in the sessions? Point of view.
No, nothing as such.
Okay. Okay, great. So your availabilities and are you planning to take it in the weekends? Is that yes, both of you?
If it is for weekend, then for what time duration will it be? If it will be only for weekend, then
Yeah, weekend it will be 2 hours per day. So overall it will be
okay,
4 hours. The time would
okay,
be 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. IST, or it can be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. IST. That's it.
okay. And if it is on weekdays, then like 4 days per week, or how it will be?
Actually, currently the batches are already in progress for weekdays. So if you are actively willing to start as soon as possible, I can engage you weekend. But if you want only on weekdays, so I don't know whether it's a good time for you people. Same, uh, 9 to 10 p.m. IST. If it will be too late, I think we will be already exhausted with your doing your work and all. So, and of course, again, you have to do some read, or maybe you have to do some assignments. It will be too late for you. So, yeah, I would say try to keep it for weekends because you have
Okay.
at least we are out of your office work, right? At least you people have some relaxation, I would say. I know, and after working professionally, I can understand what are the different agonies and all you will have, but yes, at least you will be free out of your office work, and then I think you can focus a little more. Just my suggestion, of course. But if you say there is no scope for you, in that case, you just let me know. we'll tell you from when we can start if it's on weekdays. Weekends, yes,
Yeah.
you can quickly start. Yeah. Sumit, also from you, I would like to hear. Any other questions?
And suppose if we took only for weekends, how long would it take to complete entire
Good,
course
good question. So
curriculum? Yeah.
the duration would be around 25 to 28 hours. This is not a fixed number because, as I said you, the gap analysis questions are something which could vary with each aspirant. So I will not say this is a fixed number, but this is a normal range in which our sessions will be for 25 to 28 hours. So 4 hours per day, that is 8 hours per, I'm sorry, 4 hours per week. That means 16 hours per month, right? So
Yes.
hardly within 6 weeks, 6 to 7 weeks, you can mark it up that you will be able to complete. Okay,
Okay.
make sense?
And yes, that is fine. And sir, one more thing. Will it include anything related to in case of interview type of guidance or something like that? Will it include something like that?
Um, I will be making the initial talks of this user stories what I spoke about. This can be something which can be explained by you or can be discussed even in the interviews because it speaks about a real-time experience. So how comfortable are you trying to absorb the user stories and how much of efforts you are keeping it up will help you to make it, you own it, right? When you're owning this user stories, nothing but you're owning an experience. So when you go for an interview, you speak more about an experience. Hello? You agree?
Right.
Both of you,
Yeah.
Urmila and also. So
Yeah.
you are owning an experience with using a user story. That is more adequate than I don't say that there will be an interview question. What is the transaction used for material master? When I say it is important question, maybe that will not be never be asked. Could be right. So I will not say that okay, this is some important question which can someone will be asking. No, it's not right. Let's say consultants, you are going to be a consultant going forward. I don't say that's the way how you have to prepare for yourself, but trying to understand what could be a real-time challenge and how it has been addressed is what everyone is interested about because they don't really need you to tell a transaction or something of such kind, right? Because even if you don't know, you can just Google it up and you will be able to say it. So it's not a big deal. It's more about like what type of experiences you hold about the topics and all is what is needed for them. Do you agree? So how much are you owning your user stories is what will help you to make your discussions, maybe it's with a client or maybe an interview, you will be able to make it more confident when you're working very extensively with these user stories. Okay. Did I
Yeah.
Okay.
answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So thanks once again for both of you for giving us this opportunity to let you explain how we have planned our sessions for you. So looking forward for you for the sessions. So if you have any questions, please try to reach out to Navin. He will be the first person who will address it all. And also you will be receiving the training content from him, maybe by
Yeah.
EOD. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Have a
Yeah.
great day
Thank
ahead.
you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Okay.